Kathleen Kennedy, Carrie Beck, Dave Filoni, and Jon Favreau are the main executives and creatives behind the central Mandoverse and half of Disney Star Wars. I've done some research on these few, and I want to talk about this and mention the theorized civil war at Lucasfilm between Kathleen Kennedy's horde and Dave Filoni's bunch with Jon Favreau. There's really no way to know for sure what's happened at Lucasfilm past and now. They are very much radio silent overall, and hell, we didn't know about Filoni's promotion one time until a year later in 2021. But let's start with Dave. After some storyboard art and assistant directing, he got his shot with Avatar on Nick and directed many episodes of Season 1. George Lucas invited Filoni to come onto a new Star Wars animation show, and Filoni wound up being supervising director of the Clone Wars series and movie. He oversaw the development of both directing the film and 2 early episodes, and I imagine he helped advise his writers and guide them, while George always got final say on the scripts and got more involved as time went on. Dave made a dozen episodes throughout the show's run, and was always a supervising director, it seems. On Rebels, he played a similar role, but now had Carrie Beck as producer alongside him, who would be a rising star as years go on. Dave worked with Beck, Simon Kinberg, and Greg Weisman, making the show overall, and the team pushed out 4 seasons that got increasingly better as time went on, and Dave seemingly took more and more of a lead role. This is thus his rise to power in the early Disney era, and he became the head of Lucasfilm Animation during the process to later make Resistance, Bad Batch, and Tales of the Jedi and Empire. Dave and Carrie both rose to power. After that, they both worked on Disney Plus projects. Lucasfilm hired Jon Favreau to make The Mandalorian a smashing success with its first 2 seasons, which I still love, in spite of Season 3. They made stuff: Book of Boba, Bad Batch, Obi-Wan, Tales, Mando 3, and then Ahsoka, which was a backbreaker for much of the fandom. My favorite Star Wars YouTuber was Thor Skywalker. He was genuinely one of the coolest persons I've ever known of. The Disney Rey and Kylo films, they are not the sequels. Thrawn is the only correct answer for now. The Reylo films turned him from an optimist to a more cautious fan. Then Disney Plus shows, especially Obi-Wan, Season 3, Mando, and Ahsoka, finally broke him, and now he's a bit of a hater. He gets more angry. Maybe he doesn't even notice himself. Maybe he does. Maybe he's mentally cracked. I don't know. But he's definitely changed. He talks about wanting to be creative with his fanfics and his own franchise, but it's all talk and no action that I can visibly see. But in him being jaded and doing what he does, I kind of get it. Disney has broken a lot of us. It's hurt me. And I wish Jon Favreau could be in charge creatively. While a busy accountant can handle the finances, business, and bureaucracy. But Kathleen and Disney do whatever the hell they want. I'm tired of the rumors. I'm tired of hearing some good's going to happen. Kathleen will leave, a king restored, and great content henceforth. But it's all just crappy web posts. We need good and legitimate change. We need it fast. I thought Ahsoka was good, or great even. I just wish it was better. But Disney broke me as a customer after Obi-Wan. Now I just avoid Disney Plus and new Star Wars merch. I have my ways. I got stuff used on eBay. No more money to Disney until they improve overall. Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, the main pillars of the conglomerate, and pay up in general. So I stopped paying Disney. And if we could all organize and threaten a nationwide boycott of these conglomerates and go more local and small businesses, if you're financially able and such, we'd actually accomplish something. Anyway, the Ahsoka show was good, but it's not as awesome as it could have been. When I look at content, I look on the positives. But when they serve us crap, like Reylo, like Obi-Wan, I don't accept it. Disney is a dog, and you've got to raise some discipline in her. Reward them for good moves. Withhold when it's crap, though. With Ahsoka, I wish it was longer. I wish we saw more of a story. It would have been a shocking twist if Thrawn was already returned in a Rebels epilogue or in Mando Season 3 to kill Moff Gideon and pull back Imperial forces for a new form of warfare. The show could have still been about finding Ezra in the unknown regions. Maybe he's on a world with the Thoyor ships from the ancient past, or a barren wasteland. And dialed down Sabine's Jedi arc, so she just learns Jedi instincts from training a whole season, and then some, with Ahsoka on and off screen. And I didn't like that they changed the Night Sister lore from Legends, but that's just me. It would have been great at the end to see Thrawn rallying the Imperial Remnant into a new era, that Thrawn has been thinking strategy non-stop for all these years, and I wish there was an Andor level budget and runtime. I really like Ahsoka's show, but any fault in Ahsoka, I'm not sure I would blame Dave. He's not the final say in Lucasfilm. That would be Kathleen. And I'm assuming, based on what little I know, that Carrie Beck and Kathy are in cahoots, and that she helps Kathleen to sabotage projects, like Boba, Obi-Wan, Mando 3, and even Ahsoka. She's Executive Vice President of Live Action and Animation Development and Production, a mouthful, but a woman who's a producer first, a suit, and a creative later. While Dave is creative first and advisor second. He doesn't produce as a suit, as a Bob Iger. He's a fan. He's engrossed by this world just as much as we are in Star Wars. If there was a saboteur of Dave and Favreau's projects. Carrie Beck is a prime suspect. She's influential, and she is promoted in just the right way that she's indebted to Kathleen Kennedy. That's my suspicion. And if this is true and they are just greedy suits and creatives never, they have to go. Let John and Dave rule. It's time. Let's do this. Well, let me know what you think of all this. If you agree with me and want to see more, please like, comment, share, maybe subscribe. I love making nerd stuff here and on my history channel. I'd love to make a nice open community of nerds here online. If you agree, help in what way you can. And I hope to see you next time. Take care.